It's hard enough racing against an athlete of equal caliber, but what happens when you throw a creeper into the mix? Hey everybody, I'm Brendan, and things are getting scary here at Races and Fun as we near Halloween. Happy October to all of our fans. The creeper truck is the challenge for today. Nissan will be going up against, well, we'll see here in a sec, Fantasy in a 1v1 battle, except the creeper truck is going to be out there on the track as well. And we'll get rules on that here in a second. Rules being, if the creeper truck passes any car, that car will get eliminated, even if they beat the other car. Nissan and the Jet 2 to be the first to start. Nissan on the far side, Jet 2 on the near. And please excuse the slight hoarseness of my voice. It's been a little bit of a sick week for me, but bear with us as we run through today's race. Creeper truck actually only a couple lengths behind the Jet 2, but well, he was able to edge ahead and will not fall to the truck's prey. Nissan, on the other hand, well, he didn't even finish the course. Look at the Jet 2. He was actually wobbly into that first turn as well, that final hairpin. He was able to straighten out, and a couple nudges from behind from the creeper truck kept him going. Nissan Skyline and the Impavido. Skyline, Impavido, certainly seen a lot from the Skyline in past races, and right now looks about even for them as they head towards the open track section. Skyline falling behind, and the truck can't get around either of them as he comes out of the haunted house. Skyline dodges left there and right, but he will lose out to the Impavido. Super truck not really a part of that match, but even so, the Skyline will not advance. Rocket oil special on the Nissan R. There's certainly an interesting car body out there. Slim, very narrow. And rocket oil actually coming out pretty fast. Look at the lengths between them. Creeper truck's actually going to be neck and neck with him though. Pushes left. The rocket oil actually nudges him aside. Half the size, but he's out of the way. Creeper truck coming on the right. Can he pass him? I think he did. It was close here at the end, but the rocket oil skidded there for a moment and lost all the speed he had, and the creeper truck, yes, by, well, that little metal piece on the front, and both cars will actually be eliminated. The Datsun and the Lethal Diesel Datsun. Going out again, and I'm pretty worried after seeing the rocket oil come to an unfortunate end. Oh, Datsun at the pendulum. Falls back, loses half his speed. Creeper truck on his tail, but the Lethal Diesel will leave them both in the dust anyway. Datsun actually goes sideways there for a second. We get a little T-bone action. But the Lethal Diesel scurries past those dead bodies on the left, right to the finish line. And we'll move on. Ford Force and the Nissan GTR. Ford Force, near side, out by a length already through the first hairpin. Still fast for the Ford Force. Nissan falling behind. Ooh, he didn't even get through that second turn. Looked very slow. Honestly, I don't even know if he'll hit the second sector. A little bit from behind on the creeper truck, but he only helped out on Racer. Nissan can even make it to the end. No, he'll come to a stop many lengths short. He'll be stranded out there. Left for the beast to get at him. Maybe the sideways action there for a second. Again, not good coming out of the turn, but he had enough room to straighten out and gain back that acceleration. Nissan and the Clip Rod. Nissan coming out strong. Clip Rod, a giant decal on his car body. I don't know if that's really speeding him up at all. See if he clips through that pendulum very well. Actually, look like he gained speed as he set the creeper truck a loose. He goes sideways, and the creeper truck will get around. And Nissan leaves them all behind. Not even messing around with any of that action. Muscle and blown Nissan Silvia. Silvia and the muscle. Muscle and blown, looking like a real muscle car out there too. Broad shoulders, if you will. And, well, he's starting to fall behind. All that brawn and not a lot of speed. And as he hits the pendulum, he gets slower as well. Right now, the Sylvia coming around the outside. For a second there, it looked like he was going to lose to the creeper truck, then got in front of the creeper truck at the end with acceleration. And if I get too much more excited, my voice may crack. Ah, there you go. Muscle and blown trying to crawl his way to the end, but it won't happen. Look at the interaction here. Sylvia gets ahead through the turn, and right at the end, creeper truck almost supernaturally speeds up and, well, eliminates the both of them. I'm pretty proud of himself for that, I'm sure. Muscle and blown. And he was so close. Nissan Leaf and the Ollie Rocket. Ollie Rocket, out of the gate very fast by a full length and holding very strong. Look at the distance between the two right now. I think it's going to be down to the creeper truck if he wants to eliminate him. Creeper truck comes out of the gate slow. He is gaining on the Ollie Rocket. Here we go, down by a few lengths, but he couldn't get through the turn fast. And the Ollie Rocket, he'll take that one pretty easily, to be honest. It's like he was racing alone out there. And we'll have a look at the cars that will advance. Let's see, two of them didn't quite make it, even though they won against their counterpart. And a couple from each group, for sure. Well, it's still a battle for either team. Nissan's, though, of course, at the deficit. 1-5 on the scoreboard. Next round. Jet 2 in the Nissan Skyline. Nissan Skyline, the only hope left for the Nissans. He has to win this race. He has to beat the Creeper and the Jet 2 if he wants to move on to the next round. Jet 2 actually holding pretty fast. Shot of that hairpin, but as he hits the pendulum, he drops back a few lengths. He's still holding pace though, but no, he's sideways. Hits into the Creeper truck, and both of them will not even be close to the Nissan as they cross. And he tried to get ahead of himself and, tripped over his wheels. And the Creeper truck certainly didn't add to any of the helpful factors. Lethal Diesel and the Ollie Rocket. So the Ollie Rocket and the Lethal Diesel both have pretty easy races in their first round. I'm seeing them go up against each other. And I wonder how this is going to end. Right now, Lethal Diesel slows down a little bit there as he lets the Creeper loose, but still fast. He goes backwards. Why is he backwards? He had clear straight. Creeper truck, though, all speed gone with the interaction between him and the Ollie Rocket. It was crawling to the end, just like the car he bested in the previous round. And that's going to leave Impavito and the Ford Force in the last couple for this round. Impavito, Ford Force. Again, pretty easy races for both of them. Round 1. How does it look round 2? Right now, neck and neck. Impavito actually much faster through the pendulum as they let the Creeper truck go. But it's, they're both ahead of the Creeper truck. A little bit of a boost there for the Ford Force, but he goes sideways, Creeper truck. He beats one car. And the Impavito coasts into the semifinals. And get another look. Nissan Skyline holding on for Nissan. Fantasy cars of 2. And the semifinals. What are our semifinals? Nissan Skyline and the Lethal Diesel. I think the Impavito will get a pass. I don't think we'll do any sort of round robin here. But again, the Nissan Skyline to hold on here. Nothing that is ski line, but it looks like he's skiing out there. Look at the speed on both of them. Ford Force dodges right there for a second. Now he's on the near side. Skyline trying to catch up, but there's no time. I gotta say, unfortunate to see the Nissan team come to an end only in the semifinals, but it will be 2 fantasy cars to duke it out here in the finals. And it's first to win 2 races. Back to basics here. A lot of 5-lane racing and demanded consistency in some of the previous videos, but now we're back to win 2 and take the cup. Impavito. falling behind early on, starts to speed up there for a second, but can't get around. And through the pendulum, slows down. Here we go. Can he get around? Oh, it's just a line of them, a conga line of cars. And the first win will head to the forward fours. And we'll change up the lanes again. And Pavito falling behind once again by a length, but here he had a chance to get ahead. Fast through the send-off for the creeper truck, but now he's backwards. Creeper truck trying to get around both of them, and he's not going to. And the Impavito. A lucky break, and will be 1-1. Last race will decide it all. Impavito on the near side, head by a hood length. Holding on through towards the second hairpin, and it is not even. And we have a hiccup from the other vehicle, and it looks like the Impavito has a chance, but no, he spins around, he's backwards. Creeper truck pushes him forwards, and now he's backwards, but he will win it backwards. Another car coming across slow at the end, but that will be all he has to do to win. The Impavito, against odds, taking the win for today. even the victor from the team. Hey everybody, I'm Brendan, and this time, with the Batmobiles involved, it might be a little more difficult for the creeper truck to succeed. A little good versus evil out here today. Rules again: creeper passes any car, that car will be eliminated, meaning that even the winning car can fall prey to the creeper truck. Camaro, Batmobile, as they race off. Green Camaro, very shiny bluish, even a little purple in there. Batmobile, and Camaro slowing down as we get towards the switch there. Batmobile also having some trouble around the curve, but he will stay ahead by a couple of lengths. Creeper truck nudged between the two, and we'll have our first quarter finalist here. Batman, Batmobile, Camaro, and by that meaning the original. No soup ups or paint jobs done on it. And this one's doing quite well. Batmobile out by quite a bit. Slowed down a little bit there when he hit the switch, but still able to stay quite straight. Creeper had trouble through the turn. And the Batmobile again will move on. Batmobile's our team doing quite well early on here in the race. Camaro and the Batmobile, this one very silver. And coming out pretty strong against the Camaro once again. A few lengths ahead already through the first couple of straights. Good in the hairpins, and here comes the creeper way far behind, and this Batmobile has all the speed needed. For a second there I thought he was going to lose control, but he gains it back right when he needed to. Creeper again, coming in second, right between the two. Batmobile and the Copo Camaro. Any look from the Camaros here would be nice. Batmobiles have started and ended in the lead ever since race 1 today. And here comes the Copo Camaro trying to change that script. Well, he does a 180 for seemingly no reason, and he's stuck. Batmobile rams into the front, now the back, and they spin around, and the creeper pushes him across. Take a look at that. He was sideways. Batmobile turns him around once again, then creeper's like, well, someone get out of the way. And he puts the Copo right into the quarterfinals. Camaro, Batmobile, rolling out once again. Camaro bright red this time, a little bit of a thick white stripe coming down the center, and a lack of speed there at the beginning, but fast into the switch. Slows down there again, but it's a close race for both of them. Creeper nudges ahead of both, and this might be the first time that both cars will be out of it. Yes, indeed. And actually, sad for the Camaros, because the Camaros would have won if it wasn't for that creeper in the way. There we go. Very scary text. Both eliminated. Batmobile and the 11 Camaro. Spoiler on the back of the 11 Camaro. Not quite for the Batmobile, who's fast through the first couple of straights, slows down on the switch, and now it's close. 11 Camaro coming out fast in the second half, spins the Batmobile backwards, and the creeper can't find any control, but the Camaro hung up on the side, and he's nudged across. But he almost stopped dead. He did there for a second. Actually goes right up on the rail. It was hard to see from the vantage point we had, but you see that wheel stuck. And somehow he had the luck to get across. The other Batmobile was not ready and didn't capitalize on that. Justice League Batmobile. Wow. Slow down on the name there. And Camaro. Justice League sporting a very expensive looking gun on the hood. But that doesn't translate into any speed. Maybe turn that thing around and shoot it backwards. What matters for neither of these cars is the creeper truck. One of the best times ever. This Justice League mobile barely gets across, but, well, futile at that. He was eliminated back, well, halfway to the finish line. On the Dark Knight Batmobile and the Camaro ZL1. Nice simple model, bright color, white stripes down the center. And the Dark Knight Batmobile started behind a couple lengths, now back in front a couple lengths, but loses it at the switch. Quite a difficult switch for him, and he's now back a lot of lengths, but again, the creeper truck might put things away for both of them, and yes, he does. That's a tough way to finish, especially if you're the winning car, and you did everything right from the beginning, but you have to be fast between that space between when the switch is hit and when you get to the open track, especially if you're the first car to hit the switch, because that's when the creeper is going to start moving. You have to be fast. That's why it's tough on secondary vehicles. A little bit easier to run through the switch. There's no weight on the other end, but a lot more distance to cover. Batmobiles with 3, Camaros with 2. It's relatively even, but we have an odd-numbered quarterfinals. That's going to mean a bye, and a bye for the semifinals as well. Batmobile and 11 Camaro. They come out about even from the gate. Batmobile on the near side here, looking to try to put another one away. It was really easy for him in the first race. Slows down a little bit after switch and is letting the Camaro back in. He dodges left and right, and he keeps the Camaro behind. Camaro trying to nudge on the left side, but can't get better than a length behind. And the race will end there, but pretty exciting one from the start. Another Batmobile and a Copo Camaro. Copo Camaro, remember, last time was the first win, last race was the first win for the Camaro's team. Started a little bit there on the back wheel, must have nudged into something. They are neck and neck. Batmobile shoots out from the switch, but skids for a second. The Copo Camaro back on top for a second. T-bones on the right side. Can he nudge past? It's hard to tell who won. The studs sticking out in the back of the Batmobile. The wings might have been enough for the Batmobile to win, and I think they were. They were enough. And that's going to do it for the Copo Camaro, who looked like he was going to be present in the semifinals and even the finals. That leaves only 3 Batmobiles. So we can congratulate Batman and friends on a team win. But who can we congratulate on the single win? Both of them being Batmobiles and running up against each other. Remember, that bright blue one from the first race, not necessarily the fastest vehicle either, just had a good finish. And I think we know exactly where this one's going at this point. The other Batmobile way out in front. He goes sideways for a second, but the creeper was not fast through that moment. I'll have some trouble with the dark blue mobile. And he couldn't get around. He hits a lot of open space there on the right side to push past, and just couldn't find the time. Silver Batmobile being the one to free pass. And we have the finals. Looking at the rules again, he'll be the first to win 2 races. A little bit of consistency required. But that's normal for a finals. These 2 cars seem to be quite even. They actually look almost exactly the same except for the color. And I'm sure it's going to be tough for either of them to lose this race, especially since they're going up against someone so similar. Right now, the blue Batmobile able to hold through on the right side, but not enough time for the silver. Creeper will run into both of them there at the end, and I don't think he's going to win any here in the finals. And they set him off again. Blue in the lead by 1 point, only needs 1 more race to win. Silver could put this to a 3rd race if he ties it here. Blue slows down on the transfer. And now it's going to be easy for Silver if he can stay straight, and that he will. And it's all on that transfer. Have to stay fast through the switch. It will be hard to take the win from there. Ooh, look at the silver Batmobile just stuttering right now, right through the laps. Look at he's vibrating out there on the track, but holding the lead, slows down through the switch, and they're about even, but Blue goes backwards for a second. Creeper has no help, but look at the silver backwards as well, and they're all over each other, wheels on top of the hood, but the silver is pushed across by the Creeper, who's had about enough of all of this drama. And then look at the other vantage point. We saw the silver actually go up there on the rails for a second, and Blue just could not push past the hood. And it will be the silver Batmobile to win it for himself and for the Batman. car will be automatically eliminated. You see all the rounds here, and it finally came down to Fantasy versus Batmobile, narrowed down from 8 over the course of 2 rounds. The Batmobiles and the Fantasy cars withstood all the other teams and will compete here today for the overall championship. Cliprod and Justice League will be the 2 to get us started in this one. And remember, even if you beat the other car that you are competing against, if the Creeper Truck manages to beat you, well, it's all over for both of you. Cliprod staying just ahead of the Creeper Truck. Here comes the hairpin. Creeper Truck couldn't find speed out of that. And here comes the Justice League with a burst of speed, but ran right into the Creeper Truck, and things will kind of settle from there. Cliprod finding a way to cross the line in front of all that chaos. Muscle and Blown in the Dark Knight. Dark Knight on the far side, Muscle and Blown on the near side, and really taking over from the first straight. Though things start to slow down through the hairpin, and it looks like the Dark Knight is back on top by quite a bit. They hit the pendulums, and Muscle and Blown loses all the speed through that transition. Here comes the Creeper Truck to try to put both of them away, but he hits the Dark Knight from behind, and that's all he'll need to get the necessary momentum. Muscle and Blown looked like he blew a tire out there. Really did not come with the speed today. Next 2, Ollie Rocket in the TV series Batmobile. Different kind of Batmobile, and both of them hesitant out of the gate. Back wheels flipped up for a second. And the Batmobile here on the near side, starting to gain length here on the Ollie Rocket. Here comes the pendulum, and the Ollie Rocket was able to miss the whole pendulum to switch for the Creeper Truck, and he has speed here coming through the final straight, but it's not nearly enough. He lost it all in that final hairpin. And there is a strategy in staying behind Lethal Diesel in the Batmobile, allowing the first car to hit that switch, and as it swings back and forth, maybe you can pass underneath and avoid it all the way. Right now, Batmobile taking that second lane and avoiding the switch completely. Now he's neck and neck with a Creeper Truck who rams it into the side. Creeper Truck goes sideways for a second, trying to take over the race, and he just misses out. Lethal Diesel holding through by a couple of wheel lengths, if you want to get technical. And he'll hold the win through that round. Impavito in the Batmobile. Impavito starting off quite slow by a length behind Batmobile, holding a nice lead even through the hairpins. Was able to hold speed. Impavito does not get hit by the switch, but by the Creeper Truck. He goes backwards. Thought he was going to hit blockage there on the track. The Creeper Truck goes upside down, or at least sideways. Impavito causes a lot of a mess out there, but can do no better than second place. Creeper Truck, first time he's ever been upended. Really was tough through the hairpin for him. Rocket Oil and the Batmobile. Another one from the Batmobile team, starting good through the first straight. Rocket Oil looked terrible through that first hairpin, and that's not going to spell good towards the end of this race. Batmobile does slow down on the switch. Ooh, he goes sideways for a second, and here comes the Rocket Oil catching up. Creeper Truck trying to get around both of them, and he does, and he gets some distance on him, and both of these cars will be eliminated. Batmobile just didn't have the speed through the second sector. And they'll both be done for today. Jet Z and the Batmobile. The Jet Z, the Batmobile again for the Batmobile, starting off ahead by a length, fast through the hairpins as usual. Will be hitting that switch first. There's been trouble for the Fantasy cars to find speed in the first sector. Usually things get chaotic here in the second sector. Batmobile goes sideways, and the Creeper Truck's going to put an end to all the shenanigans. He will again eliminate 2 vehicles. That'll bring the semifinals total down to about 6. Quarterfinals. Forward Force in the Batmobile. Forward Force, Batmobile. Again, Batmobiles out by a length ahead. Forward Force looking okay through the first hairpin, but not too great. Already down by a few lengths. Misses out on the switch. Does clip it, though, a little bit, and he's slow. Batmobile finds the need to do a 360. I don't know why, and now he's stuck on the side, and the Creeper Truck's going to eliminate 2 more. And if he keeps doing this, well, we'll have no cars for the quarterfinals. We'll have to go right to the semis. Maybe what happens. If this happens in this next race, well, we're only going to have 4 cars who have advanced. Well, unfortunately, there is no next race. Already 5 have advanced to the quarterfinals, so we will have 3 more rounds. Next round, Clip Rod, Dark Knight. Dark Knight especially fast in his first heat, so expecting him to really put the Clip Rod in position, but right now the Clip Rod holding his own quite well, actually down by a length and starting to accelerate. Both of them slow down out the switch, but Clip Rod especially, but the Dark Knight takes a chance to do a 360. Now he's all over the place. He's heading sideways. Creeper Truck is like, I'm going to have enough of this. And he's just going to coast to another win. Actually, Creeper Truck verging on a record here. That's 4 wins for the truck, which I think is the most we've seen so far in this tournament. Clip Rod and the Dark Knight, well, Dark Knight couldn't even finish. Clip Rod just barely. Lethal Diesel and the Batmobile from the TV series. And they are about neck and neck out of the gate. Going to be a close race so far. Will the Creeper Truck be able to put these 2 away, though? Well, actually, the Lethal Diesel getting out ahead through into the second sector, but he dodges left there, loses speed, and now here comes the Batmobile. Can he dodge right at the end? No! No space for him to get through, and the Lethal Diesel, he will roll right into the semifinals. Free pass for the Batmobile. Well, here comes the finals. Looks like the semifinals is without need. Batmobile and the Lethal Diesel. Too many cars were auto-eliminated that were only down to 2. Lethal Diesel, Batmobile on the far side, both blue. The Batmobile, slow through the first sector, but now fast in the sector 2. There's a 180. He tries to do a 360, ends up backwards. Lethal Diesel trying to get around. That's a couple of collisions. Creeper Truck getting in there as well. And nothing doing there. And the Batmobile will take the first one for the finals. Needs one more. Batmobile, Lethal Diesel. Lethal Diesel there on the far side this time. They do change up the lanes, and it looking good for the Batmobile. He hits that switch. He'll start to slow down. Here comes the Lethal Diesel with speed. Dodges right and left. I can't seem to zigzag around the Batmobile, who starts to gain length. And I think that's going to do it for this one. Batmobile swept the finals there. We'll look at the replay. Creeper Truck doing all he can, but these are the fastest of the fast, especially out of all the tournament racers that competed. So that's going to do it for today. And the winner is the Batmobile, but they're going to send him out against the Creeper Truck just for have a good time. Bonus race, a 1v1. Batmobile, he's going to start by himself, and I think he's going to trigger the Creeper Truck here in a moment. I guess he does, and now the Creeper Truck is sent out very slow on the release. And it looks like it's going to be the Batmobile by far. Well, you probably saw that coming a mile away. He didn't have any other racers to contend with. We'll change lanes, though. Give the Creeper Truck yet another shot. Maybe even if you put him up there in the starting gate, might be a interesting race. Well, the Batmobile again screams through the switch, is able to stay straight, goes sideways for a second. Maybe the Creeper Truck's gonna have a moment here, but no, he just straightens him out from the back. And that will do it. As the music starts to play here in the Jeepers Creepers tournament, the Batmobiles will be the overall winners from this 8-team tournament. And that will do it for this episode of Races and Fun. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Races and Fun.